Someone posted this on social media, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this. So, on the left side, these symbols are okay. So, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Florida State Seminoles, the Atlanta Braves, and the Chicago Blackhawks. Those are okay symbols. But obviously, we have gotten rid of the Washington Redskins and Chief Wahoo from the Cleveland Indians, which, still a lot of people are very, very disappointed about, especially Chief Wahoo. Now, if I'm of Native American descent, I probably have a different opinion than just being a traditional white guy on this topic. But what say you on the logos that are okay to use versus the ones that are not okay to use?
I would venture to bet that Native Americans don't really give two shits about it. Like, I think it's a bunch of, white people who, virtue signal into something they want to be, that noble standpoint of like, we don't want to appropriate your cultures and customs. And so like, I think it's very temporary. I think we get 10 years in the future and I don't think we care.
So the reason I brought this up, is, well, one, I'm a little bit bitter that like the Guardians name doesn't bother me, but I preferred the Cleveland Indians because one, Ohio was rich in Indian history. Literally, the name Ohio, I believe, means big river in Indian, in some sort of one of the Indian languages. But you look at Kansas City, the Chiefs, and you look at the Atlanta Braves, they're literally, their fans are doing the tomahawk chop in the stands, but the Cleveland baseball team can't have the name Indians on it. So I know this is going back a couple of years. I understand the Redskins. I can understand that because from hearing a Native American speak previously, this was when I was in high school, that'd be like them saying, the New York honkies or, whatever. Like, it's
would you mind it though?
To me, no, but like there's certain words like, we all know you can't say in this country.
But I would really like to find, like, I think we have offended people who are offended on behalf of other people.
Yes, that is 100% true. But there are certain people who I think, and we know the words you cannot use and cannot say. But
what are those?
I'm
making a list.
If we go back to that South Park meme of Randy Marsh, there are certain words you cannot say, and I get that. And going back to these logos, where I think I can understand people of Native American culture, the Redskins was a derogatory term, from what I understand, and then Chief Wahoo is a cartoon depiction of a Native American that some people might be offended by. I can understand that. So they sort of, they kind of like worked the Chief Wahoo out of like the Cleveland Indians culture for several years, where it became just a little logo on the sleeve. And then by, 2015 or 16, it was completely gone. You never saw him anymore.
Well, I feel like, if there's truly something that is offending someone from a branding and business standpoint, you don't want to do that. You want to alienate people.
Right.
I don't think this is the case. I think this is completely concocted by non-Native Americans.
Like you said, it's virtue signaling.
Yeah. So like Irish people don't care if the Fighting Irish are part of their thing. They almost take a little bit of pride in it.
Right.
It's mockingly and it's sort of stereotypical, but they're not wussies, and they'll live in that branding. So leave it up to the teams. I don't think pressure should be put on a team to change it unless it's really bad for business.
Well, I will tell you, those two teams caved. Cleveland caved and Washington caved. And now Washington has the worst. The Commanders, nobody likes that. I know they're already in like branding meetings to change that. Nobody likes the Commanders in Washington. The Guardians, I think, is still one of those things, like people are going to still call them Cleveland Indians, and that's fine. That's up to them. But we're past that point. With Florida State, the Seminoles, the Seminole tribe actually gave them the okay to use that. And the Blackhawk, to me, it looks like that's something you'd be proud of, like, you know,
They were
Blackhawk
fierce
Warrior.
warriors.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you still see high school teams doing it, and they're not changing. You know, just a couple of years ago, I coached against a team, Indian Creek, which is not too far, you know, from Columbiana County, and they were the Redskins. It's like a high school team can do it, but an NFL, you know, but I guess that we're talking different.
Yeah, so I
things
totally
there.
understand if there's really alienating some customer base and that's bad for branding, but really all we have is a bunch of, you know, Starbucks drinking, UGG boots wearing, furry coats,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Right.
Those are the people that are totally, you know,
And
offended.
they're making the decisions on that.
Screw them.
So